Hello, everyone. Welcome to Inside Talk Show. I'm Carla Elizondo. Thank you for joining me again. We're continuing the reading of Awakened Imagination by Neville Goddard. We are on Chapter 5, Part 3. Chapter 5 is The Coin of Heaven. We're on Part 3. Let's dive into it. Man attracts what he is. The art of life is to sustain the feeling of the wish fulfilled and let things come to you, not to go after them or think they flee away. Observe your inner talking and remember your aim. Do they match? Does your inner talking match what you would say audibly had you achieved your goal? The individual's inner speech and actions attract the conditions of their life. Through uncritical self-observation of your inner talking, you find where you are in the inner world, and where you are in the inner world is what you are in the outer world. Listen up. Observe your inner talking and remember your aim. Do they match? Does your inner talking match what you would say audibly had you achieved your goal? The individual's inner speech and actions attract the conditions of their life. Through uncritical self-observation of your inner talking, you find where you are in the outer world and where you are in the inner world, Carla. So through uncritical self-observation of your inner talking, you find where you are in the inner world. Uncritical, unbiased, just observing it as if you were a stranger. If a stranger were to listen to your inner talk, look at it that way. So our inner speech, individuals' inner speech and actions attract the conditions of our life, okay? Our inner speech attract the outer conditions of our life. Through uncritical observation of your inner talking, you find where you are in the inner world, and where you are in the inner world is what you are in the outer world. You put on the new man wherever ideals and inner speech match. So you put on the new person, the brand new mindset, forgetting the past, the old stuff. You put on the new man wherever ideals and inner speech match. In this way alone can the new man be born. Inner talking matures in the dark. Inner talking matures in the dark. For the dark in the dark issues into the light. From the dark, it issues into the light. The right inner speech is the speech that would be yours were you to realize your ideal. Let the inner talking be congratulating you, getting involved with all the thoughts of all the things, of the positive, beautiful, wonderful things that you have already created. So step ahead of it. Inner talking matures in the dark. From the dark, it issues into the light. The right inner speech is the speech that would be yours were you to realize your ideal. In other words, it is the speech of fulfilled desire. There are two gifts which God has bestowed upon man alone, and on no other mortal creature. These two are mind and speech, and the gift of mind and speech is equivalent to that of immortality. If a man uses these two gifts rightly, he will differ in nothing from the immortals. And when he quits the body, mind and speech will be his guides, and by them he will be brought into the troop of the gods and the souls that have attained to bliss. That's from Walter Scott's translation of Hermetica. That's beautiful. The circumstances and conditions of life are outpictured inner talking. The circumstances and conditions of life are outpictured inner talking, solidified sound. Inner speech calls events into existence. In every event is the creative sound that is its life and being. All that a man believes and consents to as true reveals itself in his inner speech. It is his word of life. It is his word, his life. Try to notice what you are saying to yourself at this moment. To what thoughts and feelings are you consenting? They will be perfectly woven into your tapestry of life. To change your life, you must change your inner talking. For life, said Hermes, is the union of word and mind. When imagination matches your inner speech to fulfilled desire, there will then be a straight path in yourself from within out, and the without will instantly reflect the within for you, and you will know reality is only actualized inner talking. Receive with meekness the inborn word, which is able to save your souls. That was a quote, okay, from James chapter 1, verse 21. Okay. Receive with meekness the inborn word, which is able to save your souls. Okay, let me read that again. Try to notice what you are saying in yourself at this very moment. To what thoughts and feelings are you consenting? They will be perfectly woven into the tapestry of your life. To change your life, you must change your inner talking. For life is the union of word and mind. When imagination matches your inner speech to fulfilled desire, there will then be a straight path in yourself from within out, and the without will instantly reflect the within for you, and you will know reality is only actualized inner talking. I mean, wow, that right there is something to just blow our minds if we really let that sink in. Every stage of a person's progress is made by the conscious exercise of their imagination, matching their inner speech to the fulfilled desire. So every stage of our life, our progress is made by the conscious exercise of our imagination, matching our inner speech to our fulfilled desire. Because we do not perfectly match them, the results are uncertain, while they might be perfectly certain. So it's saying otherwise, because man does not perfectly match them, the results are uncertain, while they might be perfectly certain. Persistent assumption of the wish fulfilled is the means of fulfilling the intention. As we control our inner talking, matching it to our fulfilled desires, we can lay aside all other processes. Then we simply act by clear imagination and intention. We imagine the wish fulfilled and carry on mental conversations from that premise. Through controlled inner talking, from premises of fulfilled desire, seeming miracles are performed. The future becomes the present and reveals itself in our inner speech. To be held by the inner speech of fulfilled desire is to be safely anchored in life. Our lives may seem to be broken by events, but they are never broken so long as we retain the inner speech of fulfilled desire. All happiness depends on the active, voluntary use of imagination to construct and inwardly affirm that we are what we want to be. So all happiness depends on the active, voluntary use of imagination. To construct and inwardly affirm that we are what we want to be. We match ourselves to our ideals by constantly remembering our aim and identifying ourselves with it. We fuse with our aims by frequently occupying the feeling of our wish fulfilled. It's the frequency and the habitual occupancy that is the secret of success. It's just using our will, that higher faculty of the will, to focus and to hold it on the screen of our minds and stay in that feeling of it. The more often we do it, the more natural it is. Fancy assembles. Continuous imagination fuses. So dreaming, imagination, fancying, a fantasy, it assembles. Continuous imagination fuses. I'll finish reading this. Okay. I'll end there. Yeah. So it just opens up. We attract what we are. We attract what we are. And that was continuing from the reading before this about love and life. If you want love in your life, be it. We attract what we are. And we have to hold it. In the picture of our mind, it's just consistency. I mean, there were so many good things here. The circumstances and conditions of life are outpictured inner talking, solidified sound. So words create. So what story are you telling yourself? What story is on repeat? How would you like it to be? Remember the shears of revision, the exercise of even if something wasn't right, even if something was painful, even if you made a mistake, if someone else made a mistake, we have the power through our imagination to reimagine it and forgive it. Understand that we were not at our best, or understand that somebody else wasn't at their best, and to have grace and to forgive. It's the most challenging work I think we're all faced with, to forgive ourselves and to forgive other people, to be able to move on into the future, righteous thinking, right way, allow ourselves to live the lives we really want instead of being held back, remembering old things, holding on, keeping score, blaming other people, blaming ourselves, feeling unworthy. We have to be free. So imagination is our savior. Using that faculty of imagination, imagine it being another way. We can't change the past, but we can change the future. And how do we do that? Imagining a better future, not letting the past dictate our future, but being open to brand new possibilities and not letting the past hold us back. So I said about the same thing 5 different ways. But yeah, so what are you saying to yourself in this moment? Notice what you're saying to yourself at this moment. How do you feel today? It's Thursday. Are you thinking about the weekend? Are you thinking about last weekend? Are you worried? Are you just waiting to see how it all unfolds? Notice what you're saying to yourself in this moment. To what thoughts and feelings are you consenting? And by consenting means if you're a house and the thoughts are just coming and going outside, they pass by your house all day. But what thoughts are you inviting in? Who are you consenting? What thoughts are you inviting in to sit and stay and have a cup of tea and a long drawn out conversation? What thoughts? And I speak for myself and just people that I've worked with. We think that when a negative thought or something we don't like passes, by inviting it in, we can fix it. You can't polish up a poop. But we think we lose control. We think we're letting it okay. We are accepting it by not. It's actually the opposite. We want to, take a can of gray, gold spray paint and just shine up a shit. You can't. You have to imagine it differently. You got to polish up the pearl. Let it go. Don't invite it into your house. It will continue to go away. Just fill your cup up with good things. It will automatically get all the dirty water out. Just pour good thoughts in, only engage in the positive, how you want things to be. Then all the other things will, by default, by law, it'll just move away because you're focusing on the good. And a lot of us can be like, well, where's all the bad stuff? Well, who's going to fix it? Well, You fix it by doing this. It will take care of itself. The trees, remember the branches on the trees that are bad branches, that are negative things, they will fall away just by lack of attention and giving energy to it. And a lot of times we beat it like a dead horse over and over and try to focus, work with the negative, try to make it better, think that's the angle. But we get to a point of just surrender. We can't. We make ourselves sick. We make ourselves anxious, depressed, neurotic. We start being, angry, being really irritable. You just keep going down that path, and it's not a good path. It leads to nowhere. It's the great illusion. It's like an addiction. We're addicted to it. We just can't let it go. It's like a dog with a bone. We can't let it go. We must be right, at the expense of our peace, when there's so many wonderful things. Okay, anyways, I really enjoyed that. I hope you did as well. I can't believe it's only 11:13. I think I started a little earlier today. Okay. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. Really re-listen to this, re-listen to the reading. And like I said, I encourage you to get this book, Awakened Imagination by Neville Goddard. We're on chapter 5. This is part 3. We will continue tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, everyone.